Oh, I remember my first semester so well. It was a disaster, an absolute disaster. But at the time, I didn't know it was a disaster. I learned to drink coffee in the lounge. I learned to play cards with the boys. I learned to drink beer with the girls. I did all of these things, and by the time that the spring rolled around, I realized I had a major disaster on my hands, that I had not done the work that I needed to do, that I had not been successful in my classes, and the university was about to ask me to withdraw. That's a terrible feeling at the spring. So they asked me to withdraw, and I did, and I went off to work, and I learned by working that there's no place in the world like a university where you can do some of the most wonderful things and have a great time with a lot of fabulous people.
There was a whole lot going on in biology at that time. It was the advent of molecular biology as a discipline and recombinant DNA technology as something that was going to basically revolutionize the world. And we just had so much fun just sitting and talking about all sorts of things and debating things and just immersing ourselves in biology. And it really taught me a lot. It taught me about the importance of out-of-classroom learning, that the learning doesn't stop when the classes are over, that it's very important to just keep on learning and really become engaged in a culture of learning, as you pursue your chosen field of study.
It was actually up to me to turn up to class. It was up to me to do things when I wanted to, or at least when I chose to, and so on and so forth. That's a little bit dangerous for us, and like I say, it worked out okay for me, not for some of my classmates, and so I caution finally that for the new students to come in, to take advantage of all the great opportunities here, but also pay attention to your own timetable, and stay in touch with what has to be done. And good luck.
It was a common engineering course with a professor named John Stock, and they said, well, this person is a very difficult professor, and no matter how hard you try, you're not going to do well. And so, they really scared us. So we went and changed, myself and a roommate of mine who were in their first semester, we went and changed our course schedule and took a course at night that didn't have this particular professor listed as the person teaching the course. And so we basically ruined our schedule and took a class at night. And so first day of the class, we show up, and the professor comes right on the board, John Stock. It was the professor that we were to avoid.
What I remember about my first semester away from home and going to university was being a little bit frightened and excited at the same time, that I needed to meet new people, and that was really important to build relationships, get to know my teachers, and look for where the support services were on campus prior to really needing them, knowing where they are and knowing who to go to. I think that it's really important to get a good night's sleep, have some balance in your life, have fun, but also don't try to cram at the last minute for exams, and find out who the librarian is.
As an international student coming to Canada from Trinidad and Tobago, I'd always remember my first day of arrival. I actually started my university degree in January, and I went from 30 degrees above to -15. And if you've seen the movie Cool Runnings, that's exactly what it felt like. As soon as those airport doors opened up and I felt the cold air hit my face, I thought, geez, people here live in a freezer. The next thing that really struck me being at university in Canada is how receptive Canadian students were to international students. You met friends for life within your first semester.